Hello and welcome into Pat's Latest. I'm your host, Mike Gambardella, and we are just one day away from the Patriots finally getting underway at training camp. We take a look at the stock up and down for some of the top players entering camp. We take a look at the newest New England Patriots, a surprise signing. Again, just a day away from camp getting underway. We take a look at what Mike Vrabel can expect in his first camp with the New England Patriots, and a special look at rookie Joshua Farmer, who will very much endear himself to the Patriots faithful. Before we get started, make sure you go down and subscribe for the channel. Get in the comments and let us know what you think about the players coming in and who's trending up, who's trending down, who needs to go, and who needs to start for this team. Make sure you give us a like if you like what you hear, and go back and check out all of our old episodes. Excuse me, so you can stay up to date on what's going on with your New England Patriots. We start with that stock up to stock down section, and the good and the bad news for players like Stefon Diggs, Travion Henderson, Matt Collins, and several others. Looking over at Stefon Diggs, he will not, I repeat, will not be on the PUP or NFI list and appears ready to go for day one of training camp. An amazing recovery for a player coming off an ACL tear. That can go for anyone from 21 years old, forget about 31 years old, and shows the dedication that Stefon Diggs has put in and is really ready to be that number one option for Drake May. Additionally, a player who could end up being the number one running back for Drake May, Travion Henderson, has signed his rookie deal, one of the last to do so in the NFL. Those second rounders taking their time because many players were holding out for that fully guaranteed contract, something that was out of the realm of possibility in years past, but because of what Jaden Higgins did with Houston and many others following suit, getting a guaranteed contract as a second rounder, again, something that did not happen in the NFL, now happening. He gets the guaranteed 4-year deal as a rookie. He is ready to roll and at the very least become a 1-2 punch with Ramondre Stevenson, if not push him, especially if Ramondre Stevenson's fumbling issues follow him into 2025 after a rough 2024. Additionally, looking at some players on the active PUP and NFI list, the stock down category, if you will, Mac Hollins will be on the PUP list. So again, opens up an opportunity for Kyle Williams to really get after that potential X position at the wide receiver spot. Another two for the Patriots, Jelani Tavai on the active and PUP list will be a little bit behind the 8 ball, but again, working his way back from that preseason OTA training camp, before training camp injury, and looking to get back into the mix. And Vidarian Lowe, the former starting left tackle from last season, starting on the active PUP list. Not good news for him, as he really needs to work his way to prove that he can be a valuable backup. And with second year player Caden Wallace, yes, the standout from Penn State, really looking to become that potential swing tackle for the Patriots, could put Lowe on the outside looking in of the 53-man roster. Finally, on the non-football injury list, Carlton Davis, who did show up and participated and looked very good at OTAs, is on the NFI list. Look for him to slowly work his way back in. Two others of note, safety Josh Minkins and wide receiver Jeremiah Webb. Again, two players looking to sneak into the roster, now put behind the 8 ball because of their addition to the NFI. Also looking at the newest New England Patriot on the roster, it is officially up to 91 players. No cut for this one because it is an international pathway replacement for the Patriots, getting someone from the Los Angeles Rams, David Olajaga, added to it as part, again, of that international pathway program. He hails from London. Again, will not count against that 90-man roster limit. At 27 years old, at 6'3" and 310 pounds, looking to add to the mix in that defensive tackle room. Actually comes from Central Missouri, where he played 32 games, had 98 tackles in those 32 games, including 9 sacks and 4 blocked kicks. So again, a guy who really uses his size to his advantage. Showed out a little bit on the Rams practice squad last season. And again, with that opening there and with we'll call it a fluid defensive tackle position, gives a chance for the Patriots to take a look at somebody else, potentially looking at a practice squad addition and someone who could make an impact. Will wear number 96 for those watching at home to keep an eye on in training camp and see if he can't push potentially for a rotation spot here. But again, welcome to David, the newest New England Patriot, and glad to see the International Pathway Program continuing to work across the NFL and adding new talent to the New England Patriots roster. Speaking of that New England Patriots roster, we will see what matters most for Mike Vrabel in his first training camp with the Patriots. He's been there before. He's done it many years with the Tennessee Titans, getting as far as the AFC title game. And we know that details matter, but for Mike Vrabel, sometimes it can be family first playing the most pivotal role as well. Former Tennessee Titans center Ben Jones went on the record and said, "I feel like his interaction with fans is special." Again, so this family, however you want to put it. He takes time, talks to kids, signs autographs. He said a lot of the days, I know a lot of head coaches don't spend that much time with kids and fans. He does. And again, Ben Jones, who is a consummate professional in this league, now at 36 years old, talking about Mike Vrabel and what he kind of sees as important and mentioned, the details matter. Nothing happens without intentionality and purpose, but he knows that it goes beyond football. Jones went on to say that I have 3 kids and they were always welcome anytime. My daughter still calls and FaceTimes Vrabel all the time. Anytime we're playing sports, she'll be like, "Send that to Coach Vrabel." See, um, again, he says that he has a relationship with guys and he builds a relationship with fans and kids, especially. You can tell kids mean a lot to him. I think this really just speaks to Mike Vrabel's character. And again, probably the deciding factor when you were looking at guys like Ben Johnson, who gets the head coaching job in Chicago. And you could have really said, hey, this is a bright young mind in football, especially on the offensive side where things are so important, and wanting to put him in a position of power that he could, quote unquote, unlock Drake May, if you will. And it comes down to the potential of those things happening versus what Mike Vrabel can give you as a seasoned head coach, someone who knows the X's and O's, ins and outs, has done it at the highest level. Again, just short of that Super Bowl, yes, but knows how to coach men and get the most out of them. And I think that probably spoke more to Robert Kraft in making this decision. And obviously, when you're a Patriots Hall of Famer, Super Bowl champion with the team, those little tick marks as you go become very important. So when you can also say that this is a guy that forms relationships with players and coaches, kids and family, and it goes beyond the field, that really, again, just speaks to the character of the man. And again, the excitement that builds around what Mike Vrabel might be able to get out of this Patriots roster, and one that is getting lauded left and right as a potential playoff team, one that we can really keep an eye on and get excited for moving forward. Another player to get excited for is Joshua Farmer. And again, we knew that, coming out, he was going to be an impact player, really would be in that defensive tackle mix right away, with Milton Williams, with Christian Barmore, Karis Tonga now added to the mix. Farmer has an opportunity to be that number 4 defensive tackle in that rotation getting through. And at the pick number 137, shows some investment in the player and wanting to have him ready off the jump. One thing that you may not know is that his journey in life and in football has been fueled by hardship. And Florida State general manager Derek Gary actually was talking to Mike Reese about Farmer's journey, and it turns out that hardship is something that unfortunately he has come to embrace and has carried with him. And when going on the record about it, Yeri said that he has the ability to respond to adversity, that Farmar does, and has done that all throughout his life. I know it means something that he is now able to play for New England. He's had a relationship with defensive tackle coaches here in New England, and unfortunately, losing his parents at a young age has had to overcome a lot that his grandmother and his brothers have really been a large part in his life, and now playing for them, not just for himself. And I think something that resonates with Coach Vrabel, resonates with the team and everyone else, is when things can go beyond football and the connective tissue that really embraces and truly makes up a team. And that's when things become special. And I think for this New England Patriots team, there is a chance to see a lot of different special things come to fruition. Hope the best here for Joshua Farmer to do that, for a lot of the players that we've already mentioned, and the excitement building for just one more day until training camp. And we will continue to have it all for you here on Pat's Latest. So please make sure you go down, subscribe for the channel, get in the comments, let us know who you are most excited about to see at training camp and see if they can absolutely show out. Again, make sure you give us a like, go back and check out all of our old episodes, and keep it tuned here at Pat's Latest as we cover everything leading up through training camp, preseason, and to the start of week 1 in 2025. Fight on, Foxborough.